Maybe it was a bad idea to go to the beach in winter. Wow, Sherry, those guys are an interesting bunch.
Yeah, especially the guy that runs weird.
Yeah, it's amazing that he keeps up with the rest of the group.
That reminds me of a famous athlete who kind of runs like that.
Was he good?
Yeah, he actually ran for the 1924 Olympics with that funny posture, with his head thrown back.
Interesting. What's his name?
Eric Liddell, he was quite a character. His parents were Scottish missionaries in China, and he was actually born in Tianjin. But later, he studied in Britain and also competed for Britain in the Olympics.
So, Eric Little was Scottish, but he was born in China, then grew up in Britain, and competed in the Olympics for Britain. Wow, he's truly international.
Yeah, his best event was the 100-meter dash. However, at the 1924 Olympics, he since the pre-race was a 100-meter dash and it was held on a Sunday, he decided not to compete in the event and competed in the 400-meter run instead.
Why did he do that?
Eric Liddell was a Christian, and he desired to honor God by observing the Sabbath, which means no work, and in Eric's case, no competing in a race, even if it's an Olympic race.
How could he do that? Athletes work their whole life to get there.
That's because he saw his relationship with God as most important. So he ended up obeying God's command.
Oh, he must really love God. So, how did he do in the 400-meter run?
Well, it happened like this.
It says in the old book, he that honors me, I will honor. Good luck, Jackson Shows. So where does the power come from to see the race to its end from within? Jenny, I believe God made me for a purpose. But he also made me fast. And when I run, I feel his pleasure.
And that's how he won the gold medal in the 400-meter race, breaking the world record at the time in the process.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, he put God first no matter what. And although he risked not being able to win at all, he still did his best while putting his relationship with God first. And in the end, God was really faithful and made him into a blessing to so many people.
How is he a blessing to many people?
Eric Liddell believed that to run a straight race, he needed to honor God first by committing himself to the love of Christ. And he really lived that out even after the Olympics.
Oh, how did he live that out?
The year after he won the gold medal, he left his comfortable life of fame in his home country and went back to China to be a missionary, teaching and loving the Chinese people.
Wow, that's a lot to give up. How was it like in China during those days?
When he was there, Japan actually invaded China, and he ended up in an internment camp with meager supplies. He continued to teach the kids, though, and played sports with the youth and tell them about Jesus. But when he was 43 years old, he died there in that internment camp from a brain tumor. This is what the Chinese people had to say about him.
In the Chinese city of Tianjin, where Eric Liddell was born and later taught as a Christian missionary, his influence can still be traced.
Warmly welcome.
Thank you very much. This former pupil, now 86, has paid tribute by writing the first biography of Liddell in Chinese.
He was a nice teacher. He was very, very kind to the people. He was very, very good teacher for me. He was very, very, there's nobody can compare my former teacher.
As well as teaching and preaching here, Liddell found time for the sport that made him famous. Eric Liddell helped design this athletic stadium and won one of his last gold medals on this very track. But they're taking this place apart, piece by piece, to make way for a commercial development in fast-changing China. When the stadium's gone, Liddell will not be forgotten. The children of another city, Weifang, are taught about Liddell in the school built on the site of the camp where he was held prisoner in World War II. He was a good guy.
Yeah, good guy.
A good guy. He's remembered here for making internment bearable for many by organising sports and continuing to teach.
So Liddell taught the children to live with spirit, live with passion. So we think he was just a hero.
There's an exhibition telling Liddell's story, and the building where he died is to become a larger museum, including a reconstruction of his prison room. It's Weifang's way of honouring the Scottish Olympian who dedicated his life to helping others in China. Glenn Campbell reporting Scotland, Weifang.
According to a fellow missionary, Liddell's last words were, "It's complete surrender," in reference to how he had given his life to God. He ran a straight race with his life, putting God first always until he reached the finish line.
Yeah, I think this verse in the Bible summarizes his life well. In Proverbs 3:6 it says, "In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths."
Yeah, looks like it really applied to Eric's life.
Yeah, maybe we should learn from Eric Liddell and figure out what the best way to use our time this winter is.
Sure. You think we should do a winter challenge?
Yeah! Oh, what time is our ride coming?
I think they should be here soon.